Okay guys, welcome back to the YouTube. So this is a little bit of a different view compared to Sheffield. So we are in Dubai. We've now been here for a couple of days, landed in like really late on Sunday morning. Well, I suppose it would be early Sunday morning, to be honest, just down to the fact that our flight was delayed. I reckon we didn't really get to bed until maybe 4 a.m. Dubai time, so we were definitely in need of I was definitely in need of a couple of good nights sleep, that's for sure, and a solid hit of caffeine this morning, but I feel like a little bit more on my feet now. So we are in Dubai for the foreseeable, which we have sort of officially made the move. I suppose it's one of those things where if not now, then when? And we'll just see. It's a big move to make, and I'm someone who, I just love being settled in a routine. I think that whenever I come somewhere new like this, as much as it's absolutely incredible and an amazing opportunity, I'm so blessed to be in a position where I can just pick my life up and go sort of wherever I want in a way. But I couldn't help but feel like really overwhelmed. Like the first night I got in, I am not even ashamed to admit that I did have a little cry, just because I was just felt super overwhelmed. This is incredible. Like, this is something that I know that so many people would absolutely love to be able to do. And I don't want to sound like ungrateful because I've said that. It was just that feeling of uncertainty, apprehension, and don't get me wrong, like excitement as well. But making a move like this, like away from everyone you know, from an environment that you've called home for the past like 3 years, and being isolated from family, etc. as well. And that's hard sometimes, but I think it just takes me a moment just to sort of find my feet. Oh my God, I literally shut a break, but I'm not going to touch him because he looks like he could be rabid. Sometimes you just have these little wobbles here and there, and I think now that I've been here for a couple of days, I've got my first session in, I just feel a lot more settled today waking up. And I think that now that I've caught up on a bit of sleep as well, that definitely helps. And, when I think about perspective, like, look at this. This is unreal. And whenever you make a big move in life, there is always going to be that degree of uncertainty, and you don't really know what's going to happen. But that's the fun. It's like finding out what's going to happen, because we can't control everything. We can't predict anything, like everything. And we just have to go with flow sometimes. And this is all really out of my comfort zone. Like I said, I'm a small city girl at heart, and I'm from a place where a lot of people don't really like leave, I suppose, because everyone knows everyone, and in that sense it's one of those things that people just don't really get out. So the fact that I first moved to Rotherham in the first place like 3 years ago, and then subsequently moved here now, these are big moves for a small city girl, especially when I am someone who just likes to be in my routine and be settled and be familiar with everything. So this is like massively out of my comfort zone, but as I always say, you need to put yourself out your comfort zone to grow. Otherwise, you just find that people just don't make moves for themselves, and then they sort of end up standing in their own way. And I don't want to be that person because I've just fallen into a comfort zone. So as much as this always feels like a risk, and it feels like a little bit of a punt, sometimes you just have to sort of like back yourself a little bit and just embrace the opportunities that come your way, because I'm very blessed to have these opportunities and to have worked really hard to be here now. Why Dubai? Why have we come here? And I think that already this morning walk probably tells you as much as you really need to know. It's the weather, it's the fact that it's sunny all the time, it's hot, it's the people, the environment that you're in, and that is so important. It's just what it does for your mental health, what it does for you as a person to grow and improve in every aspect within like bodybuilding, within like business. And obviously, whenever you change environments, you're gonna put yourself around different people that you often can get so much from in terms of perspectives, knowledge, insight, mindset, it's invaluable. And obviously, being out here, there's just so much opportunity for more in regards to things to do. So you can have much better balance, I suppose, of like, yeah, being on the ball when it comes to like bodybuilding and progression, whether that's within fitness or within like, you know, physical development. But then also there are so many things to do that you're always going to have options of, you know, extracurricular things, which is what we never really had at home. Whereas now the opportunities, I say at home in the UK, whereas now the opportunities are literally endless. And you can't not feel good, let's be honest. If you wake up in the morning, and currently it's like 7:15 and it's probably about 35 degrees and the sun is shining, and you can't wake up and not be in a good mood once you see the sun out. You'll know this if you're watching this from the UK on a sunny day. Life just feels so much better. So yeah, welcome to my TED Talk. I hope that all made sense and hopefully that resonated with you. Just to give you a little bit of insight into, you know, what I'm thinking and how I feel at this point in time, and just gonna make the most of this and excited for the future. And like I said, sometimes that's the fun of it. Like, that's the fun of life, just not really knowing what the fuck is around the corner, and sometimes questioning, what am I doing? Like, literally, what am I doing? Guys, good morning. It is like 5:30 in the morning and we're still caffeineless in this Airbnb because apparently they couldn't deliver my coffee filters the other day, but we have called the cavalry in the form of Dunkin' Donuts, who do coffee as well. And I ordered this literally the moment I got up, once I'd seen the notification that they couldn't deliver. So we've got some coffees in because they were buy one, get one free. So I couldn't resist that. So I actually got 4 coffees to last over the next 4 days because I panicked, could you tell? So I'm going to see how these look now. Let's see. That's pretty good, don't they? This is 2 of them. I've got another 2 in the kitchen. So I'm going to put these in the fridge over the next couple of days and just sort of use them as I need them in the mornings until I can get these filters picked up, because that's just a nightmare and I can't function without. How vile am I without my coffee? Not a nice person. I'm so vile. So this is the current check-in setup. I have my little makeup station, which is literally the tiniest little thing, which does actually kill my neck, but we move from here to over there once it gets a little bit brighter, if I'm suffering that much. But I have my little Dunkin' Donut coffee, my little notepad, ready to get stuck into some work, because I want to make sure that we kind of dig in nice and early for the girls. Obviously this will be, all check-ins will be going out to them like a lot earlier than normal, given that we're 3 hours ahead. So I have a little straw for my coffee as well, because did not spend all this money on getting my teeth straightened and whitened to ruin it with coffee now. So a little straw is essential. And yeah, guys, this is the current setup. I'm gonna get stuck into check-ins and I'll catch you a little bit later. Yes, guys, so back from an upper session. First upper session since we've been here in Dungeon, which is where we're going to be training for the foreseeable. I was in my mind thinking, oh, where will I go? Obviously Dungeon's a little bit more quiet. Banús is obviously very, very busy, but Banús is very overwhelming. And what I quite like about Dungeon is the fact that they have this little seating area, which is quite, you know, it's just a little bit more relaxed. And after your session, I can eat, I can sit down, I can do a bit of work. Whereas I feel like that would sort of be quite difficult to do in Banús. Plus, a Banús membership is also, what, like £200 a month, which is ridiculous. So I feel like anyone would find training at Dungeon a lot more justifiable. So if you're ever out here and you're looking for a gym that does reasonable day passes, I believe Dungeon is only £13 versus Banús or what's the other one, Mark, that we went to before? Well, Fit. WellFit, which is sort of like a commercial gym, but both of their day passes are like £40, £45, which is fairly typical for here in Dubai. So my membership today, even though everything you pay upfront for however long you want your membership for, so it's an upfront payment rather than like a monthly thing that they mainly do here, but it worked out as around just over £40 a month for 12 months. So that's actually very, very good. Whereas even if you paid up front, somewhere like Banús would still cost £200 a month, which for a gym membership is pretty extortionate. And Dungeon's actually a really, really good gym. So I'll be looking forward to getting into the swing of training there. Now, I am just waiting at the moment to get my bloods done because I wanted to wait to get to Dubai to get my bloods done here rather than doing them before we left, because one, the week was really, really busy and there was literally not very much time to drive like an hour and a quarter to eval. And also here it's so convenient because someone literally comes here to take your bloods in your apartment, which I'm just waiting for them now. I think it's like maybe 10 minutes. They're coming at 3:30 and it's 20 past now. So that is unbelievably convenient. Pricing works out actually like probably even a small bit cheaper. And they will obviously just take them back with them, get everything sorted, and I'll get my results through in probably around like 3 days, which is so handy. So I just thought, you know what, I'll wait and do them out here, seeing as they offer that. Now, I am in the second half of my cycle, which is essentially for this set of bloods, when we wanted to get them done. So sometime between, my cycles are a little bit longer. So realistically from like day 20, 21, all the way up through, recently we've been having like 33, 34 day cycles. So up until that point, basically, in my luteal phase, just so we can actually see for one, my dosing for my HRT once I've actually had a degree of time for that auto saturate, and basically if we need to make any adjustments with that. And then two, I also want to see where my progesterone is at this part of my cycle as well, just so we can assess if there's any need to supplement with that as well. Now, obviously, when you go down that route, you obviously need to make sure that you're continuing to touch base, so you actually put your body in a good place for where you want to be. So obviously, if you just randomly put in like X amount, that could lead to Y amount, and you don't really know how your body's going to respond off the back of that. Like, everyone is so different, so it's important, like, should you go down that route, that you accept that essentially you probably will have to do a good couple of rounds of blood work just to make sure that everything is exactly where you want it in terms of like is the right dosage for you. So that is what we're doing today. So I'm just waiting on them now. I'm probably going to try and show a little bit of it. I just want to make sure that they're okay with me filming it as well. But obviously, once I have that through, that's going to be interesting for me to go through with you, because I know that I've had a few questions recently in regards to like my health markers and like what's been going on, what I've been doing. And I know a few of you that have been experiencing not the same thing, but maybe some similar things. And maybe you are a previous competitor that has maybe seen that sort of suppression in the past, and now you're trying to get out of it, which I think a lot of women do get to a position like that, especially depending on your genetics, how well your body handles prep and dieting and all those things. And also just, I suppose, because people love to hear about that sort of thing, because I don't feel like it's, I think I said this before, but I don't really feel like it's spoken about all that much. So I will continue to take you on this journey with me, and hopefully in maybe a couple weeks' time, we will be in a position where once you've got the green light with everything, we can actually go forward and do a little recomp phase, which would be mega, because it's been a long time. It's been a while. I think the last recomp phase that I did, or dieting phase, was all the way back in March time. So yeah, it's been some time getting this sorted, but it's always worth like putting your health first with these things and taking the time that it takes to get your body in a place where obviously you can actually get where you want to be. Like that would always be good. So as part of my like visa application, I basically have to go and do a medical test, because obviously I need to get that sorted so I can actually stay here for a somewhat prolonged period of time. And I'm going to go to the medical centre now, so I will book myself like a taxi and we'll head out and see unknown in a second. But their guidelines are, you know, not strict as per se, but you know, a lot of places it doesn't really matter, just wear whatever you want. But with this, their guidelines were that you basically have to cover up, so you do have to wear like long sleeve trousers, long sleeve shirt. So I don't know if I can show you the outfit I have on at the moment, because we've only got like this very small mirror. But this is what we've chosen. I've got these like flowy, ribbed, wide leg pants that all the way, or they probably will scuff along the floor because I'm like 5 foot nothing, but this is the outfit of choice. And then I've got this little crop and a long sleeve like summer shirt. So this is what I'm gonna wear to the medical centre. Hopefully I don't get told off for wearing a crop top, but I'm sure it'll be absolutely fine. I'm pretty sure Mark went last time and he was obviously in shorts, and I'm pretty sure they didn't tell him off, so I'm sure I'll be all right. So I'm gonna book a taxi now because it's getting on a little bit. I'm gonna get back later and do some work. I am also going to eat or push my meals back a little bit because I started off a little bit later this morning. I literally have got here and I've got every time I come to Dubai, I have the weirdest appetite. I just don't want to eat anything sweet. Like, I literally just want savoury things. So everything is like whey, cream of rice. It's so weird. I just do not want to eat it. Obviously I do eat it, but I just don't want to. I just totally lose my appetite when I'm here. And I get such bad like travel sickness here as well when I'm in the car. So like the thought of this taxi journey is just, oh, not the one, but we've got to get it done. And there is no other way around it. And eventually I'm going to have to learn to drive out here, which in itself is going to be fucking nerve-wracking. And I will probably die. So stay tuned for that. Right, good morning, guys. We have meal 1 ready to roll. Training legs today, and then we're going out for some food later. So, with that being said, I will actually be adjusting a few of my meals for today, just to make a little bit more buffer room for later, because you have to think about calories across the day, like almost like having a budget. So because I know I'm going to have a few extra calories later, I'm going to make a point of just removing a few calories from like carbs and fats from my other meals, probably swap out that off-plan meal for, or substitute it in for 2 of my normal meals. That's going to be the plan of action. I've also done my check-in this morning, and I'm actually really happy with how I'm looking at the moment. It's like the first time in quite a while that I actually feel like I've got this like fullness back to my physique, which I'm just buzzing about. It's so nice to feel that because it's been quite a while. And obviously the reason being is that my blood work is so much better. Just got the results back the other day from the blood test that you saw me take in this video, and I will run you through that in the next video, because otherwise I feel like this one's going to get quite convoluted, running through everything in a little bit more detail then. But I'm going to get this down before it gets cold, otherwise I'll be so sad. And then I'm going to crack into some more work. I also lost my other phone for like a whole week, which is not ideal. So I've been carrying my laptop around like basically a spare phone, which I promise you is not very much fun. However, everything's come together, my phone's come back to me. I'm starting to feel and look a little bit better now that I'm settled here in routine. And hopefully we're heading into a really, really nice weekend. Our first like proper weekend being settled here in Dubai, or a bit more settled anyway, where we're not obviously traveling and doing all the bits, where we're just trying to get ourselves sorted, scrambling to get everything together. But I'm looking forward to it, and then that sets us up for a really productive week then. So, just got to the gym. I am gonna squat today, but my legs are actually still pretty sore, to be honest. But it'll be fine, it's fine. I'm supposed to train up today, but I've tried to move my sessions around a little bit just so I can fall in with Mark the first couple of weeks. And to be honest, I wouldn't mind just being able to slot in an extra day or so just to work and to catch up over the last week. But obviously the same lap session's still going to be going in, they just juggled around a little bit. So we're just heading around the front of the gym now, and we'll have a lovely little leg session we'll be ready to refuel with probably some pasta and pizza tonight. So yeah, we're gonna get a good sort of burn a few calories, I would say. So just come back from the gym to a carry forward delivery, and I thought that this was a bargain, but it turns out it's the whole fish with the head. Without the...
Yeah, did you know that? I just thought you knew.
No, I thought it was because it said it was coming.
Because the picture was literally a whole fish.
But it said it was coming skinless.
Oh.
So I was decided like, oh. Okay, so we are literally out on the road. We have rented a car, Mark's rented a car, so that we can actually have a bit more freedom of getting around, which is actually so handy because we're going to be able to see a little bit more this way as well, rather than being stuck up like in the back of Kareem's, which is going to be your main mode of transport if you visit and you don't have a car, just because it's not a walkable place. So just be aware of that if you are visiting. It's very easy though, very, very easy to get Kareem. Like literally just order it and it's there outside your door literally in a minute. Like convenience is everything here. But we are literally just off for a meal, like I mentioned to you earlier. So throughout the day, I have been reducing a few bits and pieces with regards to my normal meals. I've actually swapped out 2 of my normal meals for this meal. And I think what I'll do is actually in the future, I'll do like a whole video dedicated to what I do, because now that we're here, we probably will be going out a little bit more for the odd meal, because let's be honest, like, you know, a big reason why we want to come here as well is that we have the option to do things. Like, don't get me wrong, like throughout the week we're going to be very much locked in, like we're super focused during the week. We're not really going to leave the apartment other than like literally to train, but we do then now have that bit more freedom of having options, whereas back when we were in like Rotherham and Sheffield, there really wasn't much of that. Like there really wasn't anything to do. It just kind of didn't really draw you out, which means that you end up spending a lot of time inside the house anyways, even at weekends. So we're going to definitely embrace this, and I want to show you as well like how I manage like things like my eating whilst I'm here, just to try and keep everything balanced, stay in shape, because I know that a lot of people do struggle a lot with that in terms of how to do it, maybe feel anxious about doing it. So I'll definitely commit like almost like a whole video, maybe a full day of eating, to showing you how I manipulate my meals. But anyways, we are actually going to meet one of Mark's friends and his missus for dinner, which will be lovely. Again, a big part of being out here is just meeting new people, being a little bit more, well, I don't really want to say social, because I wouldn't say we're particularly social, but just doing a bit more networking and just being able to put yourself around like people that do very similar things, like being able to share experiences, like all of that. Like I think that that's what Dubai is so good for as well. And oh God, crashed into someone. That would have been good to get on film. But I'm sure what I'll do is I will video a little bit of the meal. We'll definitely have a little bit of footage of the meal, but I did want to wrap this video up here, and I will love you and leave you, but I will catch you in the next one. If you like the video, you know the drill. Please like, share, subscribe, comment if there's anything else you want to see. And luckily for you, I feel like the Dubai aesthetic is probably a little bit nicer than the Rotherham aesthetic for videos, so you can look forward to that.